Hey, what up, everybody? This is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and I just wanted to do this particular subject because a lot of you guys today, the market's probably just closed in your area just a little while ago, and maybe you had a good week, maybe you didn't, I don't know, but I will tell you this: many people are having a very hard time trading in the markets, and you're getting very, very frustrated. And here's one of the biggest reasons why: because let me ask a question and let you ponder on it. How many times have you ever entered into a trade and you end up getting your stop loss hit only for it to come back and become a winner after it took your stop loss out? One of the biggest problems in the Forex market is timing, okay? Everybody's looking for strategies on what indicators to use, trend lines, what this, what that, but nobody is really focusing on timing. Hey, William, how you now? Hey, what's up, family? Nobody's focusing on timing. And for years of me studying the markets, losing money in the markets, hey, Karen, everything else, the biggest thing that I found out that was missing that nobody was really teaching was the fact that the market timing is vitally important. Let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. How many times have you entered into a trade? And I hear this all the time, even when I'm teaching my students. One of the first things I'm teaching them when they say, well, I saw a good trade, and watch what I say. I saw a good trade, and then when I went to bed and woke up, it was a loser. I said, let's stop. And they get to telling me about how, well, it was this way or that way and this and that. And those who are new, they're still learning this. But the old heads, they know the game now because I taught them. I say, and they begin to tell me, well, I saw this setup and I saw this, and they begin to diagnose what they saw on the charts. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just stop talking. I said, what time did you enter that trade? Oh, wow, I entered it during. I said, hold on. Did you read the trade manual that I written up for you? See, I will always put you back to make sure you study everything I'm teaching. Because if you miss the most important part, then the whole thing ain't no good. Do you understand what I'm saying? One of the biggest things that is so important in this business is not just your indicators, your trading system, your this, your that, but it is about the time that you enter the market. All right? I'm going to give you a scenario for you to think about because I literally just taught this to my class on last Tuesday, because I teach twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, to the students who bought the Simplicity Trading System. Okay? And on Sunday, this Sunday, I'm going to go more in depth on part 2 of how the market is trapping you and all retail traders because they're all looking for one big thing. What is the best indicators to use? But nobody's telling you that that's only that is important, but it's only a part of the problem that you need to solve. Because you can have the best indicators in the world, which some of you have. You have purchased, some people, they joined our group and they said, man, your stuff actually, people think it's expensive, but it's actually really cheap for everything we get. Somebody was in class yet this week. They said, man, your stuff is worth thousands of dollars. I get it. Point is, some people have paid thousands of dollars for indicators and still came up with zero, no money, no success, nothing. Here's the reason why. Because it has another part to the puzzle that nobody's hardly teaching. And that is not just about your indicators. It is also about your market timing. And this is where the market makers are chewing people and up and spitting them out left and right. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They are chewing your account up and spitting you out left and right, not because you don't have a good strategy, because not everybody trades like me. They don't have to have the triple arrow system. I get it. You have your own. That's fine. No problem. It doesn't matter to the market makers what kind of trading system you have. If you don't have the knowledge of understanding timing of when they do their market maker moves. So like for an example, I studied the market maker's method for 2 years. 2 long, painful years. 2 years I studied it. With the M's, the W's, the double tops, double bottoms, and all this. I get it. But the problem is that I didn't understand the market timing. And because of that, I still was losing. Although I understand market structure, I understand the trend lines, I understand, you can go down to wolf wave theory, you can go, I mean, you got all these different ideas, but none of them will matter if you don't figure out timing. Let me give you an example. Right behind me, you see our lake that we stay by on the lake. Let me give you this story, and then we'll do more of this, and I'll show you. I'll talk about it more on Sunday. So make sure you tune in on Sunday. In addition to talking about this more on Sunday and more in depth, I'm also going to tell you about the week coming up. This trading week coming up is going to be a beast, to say the least. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so make sure you tune in on Sunday. This is just a little weekend wrap up for some of you guys, just to give you something to think about until Sunday. So here's the point. I'm going to give you this story, and then you'll understand what I'm going to be talking more about on Sunday, which I came up with an idea or a theory, and I call it the ocean wave theory. Okay, and since we're by water, you'll understand this idea. Okay, follow the concept. Follow the concept. So my wife and I, who you see downstairs with one of my sons, they're right down there. My wife and I sometimes during this coronavirus pandemic, just to feel like we're getting away and not stalemate, because we love to travel and can't, because there's nowhere to go. So what we'll do sometimes, we'll go get a hotel room by the ocean. Okay, I live on the lake, but it's not an ocean. I mean, what's the difference? It's still a bottle of water. It's just a body of water. But you want to feel like it's something different, right? Follow the logic, because I'm teaching you market structure. Follow this. This is what the market makers have been doing to your account and getting you very frustrated. So follow what I'm saying here. So what happened is that we got a hotel room by the ocean one time. And I'll never forget this experience. And I thought it was so unique. And it proved to me something about the markets. So what happened was that we were staying by the ocean, and the waves are crashing in and just crashing. I mean, you literally can walk past the ocean, but the water was crashing and hitting the shore, just hitting the shore, right? Okay, follow me, and when you get this, you're going to think about some of the trades you lost this week. You're going to say, you know what, that makes total sense. And this is how the market makers are doing you. Okay, so again, I'm telling you stories, but it's for a reason. So anyway, so the ocean waters were crashing and hitting the shore. But then, because I trade in the markets, I woke up early in the morning, in this particular area, and it was like maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. And we had a oceanfront view. So what I did was I walked out to take a glance at the ocean view. Remember what I said, that afternoon, the water was crashing against the shore. But when I woke up about 4 or 5 in the morning, and I walked to the balcony to go look at the ocean, there was no crashing of the water. And when you looked out as far as a football field out, you could have actually walked on the bed of the floor of that seabed for a whole football field long. You could actually walk where there was actually water at first. Okay, type a number 1 if you're understanding me so far, because I'm gonna wrap this around, and then you're gonna say, I get it. Sometimes you got to use stories to reveal a point. Okay? Okay? So watch this. This is good. So here's what happened. What I found out is that the earth literally has to have tilted in order to push that amount of water away from shore for miles around. The whole ocean, what do you call it? The shore bed, or whatever the shoreline. They call it shoreline, all right? Because what happens is you can walk across the shoreline, and you can walk for a mile or two, and there was, people walking up and down, by the ocean, and the water is crashing in during the day. But when it was that time of the morning, and we stayed there a couple of days, and every morning the same exact thing happened. You could literally walk on dry ground. Well, it was muddy, but it's on dry ground. You can walk on the ocean bed right where the ocean water used to be. And you say, well, what does this have to do with Forex? Everything. Because here's where you're making your mistake, and the market makers know it. Oftentimes, you're entering a trade when the ocean water has left shore and there's no fish. You're trying to fish for pips and the fish are gone. And you're constantly throwing in your pole with your bait, meaning your money, when the market ain't there to produce. And the market makers, they give this illusion like the water is there. They give you the idea that it's a good setup. Get in right now. But the truth is, they're waiting to get you. And right when you take your pole out and they've taken your money, then the water returns and you say, man, I should have won that trade. How many times have that happened to you? You jumped into a trade, it went against you. It's kind of like it feels like every time you enter the trade, it goes against you. Type a number 2 in the box if you ever felt that way. I know many, many times I felt that way. I felt like every time I personally entered a trade, for some reason, it always went against me. But then the next day or two, the trade worked out exactly the way my analysis said. And you wonder why 90, 80, or 90% of traders are consistently losing in the market. And when those of us who do succeed, we get called scammers. It's not that we're scammers. We figured out something that's not being taught. You're constantly chasing down indicators and trading systems, which is important. We create trading systems and everything else. But in our manual for the simplicity system, you got to read the manual, because one of the biggest things I'm putting in there is exact times that you should be looking to enter the market and times you should be keeping your butt at home. Don't fish because it ain't there. They're about to take your bait, but you're going to come up empty. How many, if you ever went fishing and you threw your bait into the water and you felt the bite on your pole and you trying to reel it in, and when you reeled it in, there was no fish on the line, but your bait was gone. That's what happens to you in the markets. The market makers have set up the market because they know if I flash you the idea that this is a good trade and there's going to be a winner for you, they'll wait till you put all your money in, they'll eat off your bait, and then you lose only for a couple hours. There it is. That's called, in my opinion, what I created the idea, which is called the ocean wave theory. So what that means is learning when to enter the trade is just as important as the trade setup itself. I hope this is helping somebody. And please share this. Again, you don't ever have to join Super Easy Forex. I'm giving you free information to help you understand. Oftentimes you're too eager to get into a trade and you're getting in at the wrong time. And we're going to talk more about this on Sunday. We're going to talk about, quote unquote, impulse moves and pullbacks. Write that down. Impulse moves and pullbacks. We're going to talk about that because that's where you're getting chewed up. And when you understand this idea, oftentimes you're going to be a lot more patient before entering trades. Now, for me, it took me years to figure this out because nobody was teaching this. And what I had to do is stop leaning on my mentors who was consistently trying to teach trend lines, and they was teaching, how to draw up support and resistance and all these things that everybody and their mama know. If everybody and their mama know where the support and the resistance is, and they know how to draw trend lines, then why in the heck, I almost had to say another word, why in the heck is everybody still losing? You understand what I'm saying? That's because that's what the market makers, they know that everybody's focused on that. But they know nobody's focused on the timing of the market. You're jumping in when the ocean water is leaving. No wonder you're coming up empty every time. And what the market makers do is they flash you a little water to make you think the fish are going to be coming and biting. And then they take your bait and run off with it. And then the next day, the ocean water comes splashing in and everybody could have made some money. They suckering everybody. Quite an unfortunate game that we're in. And if you don't understand this, it's going to keep happening to you. You're going to keep being frustrated because the market makers, they know this idea, this concept. They don't call it the ocean wave theory, but they know the concept and they're playing with your money. And I want to help you to figure this out a bit. Now, again, since you're not a paid member, I can't give you every exact detail, but I'll give you enough to start thinking, because what I need you to do is stop rushing to jump into trades. Sit back and watch the market sometimes. Watch its behavioral patterns. That's one of the biggest flaws in this business. I told you I don't even like Forex market. It's so different from stock market. It's so immature. I've never seen anything like this in all my business years of doing real estate, owning daycares, you name it. I had a bunch of it. I've never seen such immaturity and easy pickings. I mean, they make it, I mean, you're easy target. You're an easy target. And I don't want that to keep happening to you. So on Sunday, and I would say maybe around, give me a second. Hold on. Hey, Derek, what's up now? Hey, babe, is there anything we got to do on Sunday? Okay. So I want to check with my best friend, my wife. So on Sunday, I will do another video for you guys around maybe 12 o'clock noon Central Time, okay? If you can attend, type a number 3 in the box. Just type a number 3 so I can know that, because I don't want to waste my time if you guys are not interested. But if you are, on this Sunday, I will do another video to talk about this. Now, if you're one of my students, you already know we can talk about this all day long, every single week in class, and spend an infinite amount of time. And plus, I will give you my detailed times of what I'm looking at when I'm doing the markets to enter trades, right? Because I actually wrote it in the tutorial manual, which many of my students don't read the manual. It's right there. I'm telling you, hey, here's some times, okay? So here's the truth. On Sunday, I'm going to give you more detail to help you avoid this market maker's trap, because some of you guys, you've been frustrated in the trading for so doggone long and didn't know that there was never something wrong with your indicators. There was never something wrong with your analysis. It was the problem with your timing. And the market makers ate your lunch and then spit you out. And here's what I call it. Here's what I call it. I always call it the slap in the face trade. Here's the reason why I call it the slap in the face trade. I call it the slap in the face trade is because right after they have eaten up your account, then it goes right back in the direction you knew. And it's like a slap in your face. Not only did you take my money, but you slapped me on the way out with it. And that hurts. And many of you guys been hurt that way. So let's talk a little bit more on Sunday, and I'll talk more about the ocean wave theory. Okay, you guys? In the meantime, have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to me. Please share this video with some people who may need it, because some of you guys are part of other groups. I don't care. You don't have to join my group. No problem. But at least as a trader, because we're all fellow traders. You know what I mean? We're all fellow traders. Whether you like me, don't like me, it's okay. We're still fellow traders. So as fellow traders, let's talk so we can kind of put our heads together and let's all prosper. Okay? All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. I'm out. You can shoot an email to superezforex@gmail.com if you need to. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys on Sunday, okay? And I'll try to provide you some more detailed information to help you out. I love you guys. And again, it's really solely out of love I'm doing these videos. Again, if you join, cool. We do have products. We have the scanner on there now, which a lot of people are taking advantage of. They love the scanner because it applies. It don't have to be used with our trading system. You can use it with your own strategy, blah, blah, blah. We got the signal service now open to the public. So we have stuff. But if you never do, it's all right. It's cool. Do your thing. But at least you have the concept and idea how the market maker's been eating us all up all this time. All right? Peace and hair grease. Bye.